They have you in the little digs, Your Honor.
Yes, we're in the little room. Got to turn the live chat off. Good morning once again, everyone. Somebody asked us to rearrange the flags, so we did. They said they were in the wrong order, and I guess we'll take your word for it. This is a bench warrant arraignment and a criminal arraignment in several cases versus Patrick Bernard Jones. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, you got picked up on a bench warrant last night on file 251956. That's a retail fraud in the third degree that allegedly occurred on September 8th of 2025. You posted bond back in December of 2025. We had an attorney pre-trial, and you called and said you couldn't get there. That was January 2nd. We reset it to February 6th, and you didn't show up on February 6th. You called and said you couldn't get a ride. So they tried again through the month of February. You never showed up. So we issued a bench warrant in February for your failed to appear on that retail fraud charge. Your attorney is Paul Gibson. In addition, you have several new charges or other charges.
We got 2 trespassing charges.
All right, file 252307. You're also charged with retail fraud. In that case, retail fraud in the second degree, which allegedly occurred in April of 25. Same sequence of events. You got arrested, you didn't show up, you failed to appear, and you continued to fail to appear. Then you have 2 new charges.
Hey, stop talking,
which are
sir.
trespass. Just a minute, only one of us can talk at a time. It's alleged that on December 31st of 2025, you trespassed in the city of Sturgis in file 252719, and trespass in the city of Sturgis on December 11th of 2025. They sent you a notice of arraignment for January 28th. You didn't show up. They did a shoot cause. You didn't show up for that.
I did.
And so then they issued these warrants. Then there's another one, 21258. Oh, that's an unpaid trespass. And there may be another 2370, 2320. I guess that's it. So you have 2 retail frauds that you failed to appear for and 2 trespasses that you failed to appear for. The distinguished gentleman appearing with us here is Mr. Keith Stickley. He is the chief public defender. How did you get arrested last night?
I turned myself in last night. I knew that I had warrants, and I was going through some things with the home that I was staying in. The guys tried to basically take over the home that I stayed in, that I was paying rent in, and I had to call the police. And, you know what I'm saying, I had to turn myself in just to deal with that, just so police can deal with that.
How did you go about turning yourself in?
I called the police, and the police came to where I was.
All right, where was that?
It was I was sitting at Walmart.
You called the police at Walmart and said, "Come get me"?
No, I told them about the situation with the what was going on with my home, and the guys trying to take over my home. They tried to jump on me, and I wound up getting away. And
hang on a second, sir. Hang on, sir. I'm gonna stop you right there, because I sense I kind of know where this is going, and I'm not sure we're gonna help ourselves in a situation.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he called the cops, and then they served these warrants.
Yes. Because I have one.
Are you still at the Jean Street address?
No, sir.
What's your address?
917 East West Street.
Sturgis?
Yes, sir.
Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
Where's that?
I do landscaping at Sleazy's Landscaping. I don't know where this place is, but I just work with the guy. I do landscaping with the guy. And I also just got a car too. That's the reason why I miss court. I don't mess with anybody. I don't mess with anybody. Like I'm a loner for real. And I just got a
Well,
car so I can
we're
make a
here
work
all
appointment.
day, every day. Now, did you ever contact your lawyer?
No, I contacted the courts. I did contact the court. As a matter of fact, yes, I did. I did contact my attorney.
All right, well, let's reset all these for May 1st at 9 a.m. That's the next available date, with Mr. Gibson. He was here earlier, but he left to go to Three Rivers.
And another thing, I didn't know nothing about the new cases. I didn't get anything in the mail about these new cases, these trespassing cases. I didn't know anything about these cases.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, I think you got a ticket. Warrant mask. You got a ticket that told you to appear on January 6th at 8:15. So those weren't a total surprise. Bond is $250, cash or surety in each retail fraud case. Bond is $50, cash or surety in the trespass cases. This is the kind of cases that could probably be resolved if we get you, the prosecutor, together, all at the same place in the same time. Do you have any warrants from anywhere else?
No.
Very good. You've been kind of playing fast and loose with the rules. You failed to appear on multiple cases. You failed to appear on 2 separate trespass cases on different dates. You failed to appear multiple times on the retail frauds. You didn't show up on the 2nd, we reset it to February 6th. You never called your lawyer. You didn't show up on February.
I did, sir. I promise you. I promise you I did. I always call. I never just not call. Like,
well,
I promise
then you
you.
didn't show up. So we reset it for your benefit on February 6th. You didn't show up then. Then you never showed up again. We're here all day, every day. We dinked around with this during the whole month of February, trying to get you in here. You never called your lawyer then, and you never called us. So you didn't exactly turn yourself in. You called the police, and they served these open warrants. So if you post these bonds, the total would be $600. If you don't post a bond, I will see you next Friday with your lawyer present at that time. And we'll let Mr. Gibson know that you're presently in jail and he can come discuss this with you. All right, good luck, sir. I'm not sure as a marketing tool, I would want to call my business Sleazy's Landscaping Service, but doesn't make you want to run out and hire the guy. But you never know. You might need some landscapers. Maybe we'll get the number, how to contact them. All right, thank you, Mr. Stickley. That's it for me for this morning.
All right, have a good day, Judge. Thanks.
I'll get that number for you so you can. There. Sleazy's Landscaping. All right, Mr. Jones is struggling a little bit. We'll stop the live feed. We'll deal with him next Friday. Hi.
So I'm signed out of the other one. If you want to do your other stuff in there,
I'm done here for the
I
day.
thought you had 11:30.
I just did 11 o'clock.
Oh,
I had 11 that got dismissed, and then I just did this benchmark.
well, I signed out in there, so it's ready.
All right,
for you
I'll
to
sign
do
out from
yours.
here then.
I think if you just do restart, I think it'll pop everything out of there.
I said, are you working somewhere? He said, yes. I'm working for Sleazy's Landscaping Service.
Sleazy's?
Yeah, I'll get the number in case you want to hire him. Rob, I'm gonna stick some register of actions in one of these drawers here. I don't know if
Whatever
you,
you want in there.
do you ever use these? You don't?
No.
Wow.
I put notes on these.
Yeah, but that's, you can't put this kind of note on there.
I didn't put that kind of.
Well, I do. That's to remind me.
That's a big no.
Yeah, bench warrant arraignment, what he told me, what I said I'm gonna do, what the bonds are set at. Then when I pick the file up next time, I remember what I did.
In this courtroom hearing, the judge reviews multiple charges against the defendant, including 2 retail fraud cases and 2 trespassing cases, all complicated by repeated failures to appear in court. The defendant, Patrick Jones, explains that he missed prior hearings due to transportation issues and claims he recently turned himself in by calling the police during a dispute at his residence, though the judge points out that he was actually arrested on outstanding warrants. Jones states he is now employed in landscaping and has obtained a car, insisting he had attempted to contact the court and his lawyer, but the judge highlights a pattern of noncompliance and missed opportunities to resolve the cases. As a result, the court resets all matters for a future date with his attorney present and sets bond amounts totaling $600, warning that if he cannot post bond, he will remain in custody until the next hearing, emphasizing the seriousness of repeatedly ignoring court obligations.